Okay, but Dr. Piyush, I would also like to know from you that, but the young people, I mean, those who smoke cannabis in the form of, they call it, in Hindi, we call it charas and ganja. In English, we call it weed and hash. So, in these two forms, which is a better form? And would you recommend to, for the younger people to, if they want to smoke, so would you recommend that they can use it for the recreational purposes?
No, actually, we need to understand as far as the smoke is concerned for recreational purpose, still it's illegal in our country. We need
Yeah,
to understand the law of the land where we are living. So, and we
absolutely.
till the time we can't advocate or we can't justify anything which is not legal. Point number one. Second, there are some medicated. See, we need to understand as far as the cannabis is concerned, there are some medicated like smoke forms available approved by again the regulatory bodies that can
Mhm.
in the respiratory diseases or some diseases of the upper respiratory system or lungs or that kind of stuff. So these kind of products are available which we can prescribe and patients can take as a oral. It's a kind of a somebody's taking a nebulizer, somebody's taking a vape form of medicine, so that is legal. But recreational smoking or recreational usage of cannabis for smoking is still illegal in our country, so that we need to understand. And accordingly, if we many bodies and many people are fighting that if tobacco is legal, if alcohol is legal, on that note they are fighting and they are like having this legal discussions, and you can say some kind of a cases or petitions are also going on. So let's see how the government will take it forward. And the word is decriminalization, because in many countries they
Okay.
have criminalized the thing, but it is regulated. So let's not get into what is legal, what is illegal. The better way to see it is, let's decriminalize this herb, let's make it regulated, because we have bhanka thekas also in our country from last
Yeah.
years. People are taking on Holi, people are taking on certain other festivals. They can go to these bhanka tekas in many states. They can take the tablet and they can take it. So if they are taking that from the bhanka teka, why can't we have regulated maybe places where people can go and buy? If we can sell
Mhm.
a nicotine or a tobacco at a pan ka dukan, which is more harmful, if you say, so that is an entire separate discussion. But yes,
Yeah.
till the time it is not legal and it is not approved from our government, nobody can advocate or justify that on any platform, which we also always request to all the listeners and to all the people, that let's
Mhm.
hope that one day our government will decriminalize it and regulate it as many other countries are doing. In fact, recently Thailand has announced this particular, you will be surprised to know, they have announced this particular plant as a national heritage plant of their country, and they want to promote
Okay.
this at a global level, that Thailand is standing with cannabis and they are legalizing this, they are marketing, they are promoting like anything. And if they have given a plant a status of a national heritage plant, you can understand the seriousness this country.
Yeah.
So I think more and more countries are now opening up, and one day India will also realize, because ultimately, end of the day, this is the plant from India. So
Yeah.
like yoga becomes yoga, and then people realize. So one day they will realize about the importance of this plant as well.
Hmm. But that's what I was actually about to mention, that in our Vedas, our rishis have actually called this herb as the king of the 5,000 herbs, because it has. I mean, it has proven to cure so many diseases and so many problems. Whereas, in comparison to if we compare cannabis to alcohol, so we have seen that alcohol has actually killed people, and as alcohol have become a reason for people's death. Whereas I don't think anyone who have consumed cannabis have is actually have found I want to say that I don't think cannabis have actually ever become a reason for someone's death. So whereas alcohol has, but then still, why does alcohol does not have a bad name and cannabis has?
See, again, we need to understand as far as our history is concerned and the mindset which was there. So, from the day one, it has been positioned in a negative way, and there are many, many reasons for that. See, on one side it is having an excellent healing property. So now in countries like US, Canada, although they have done so many research, still there are certain lobbies which are against this, because they know the more popular, in fact, it will be, the more healing effects people will have, and their business will be at risk. So that is one reason which I can say, as a practitioner, I have seen so many healing effects. In fact,
Mm-hmm.
there is one study, there is one research that around 40% of people in US are taking cannabis in any form. So it's a very significant number. If the entire country, 40% population are taking some herb, some plant, so that is a very significant number. Now, the second thing which we need to understand is, in our text, in our Vedas, in our Ayurveda, anywhere in our ancient history, the mention about plant is there, but there is a specific dose and a specific quantity is also mentioned, and there is a way of taking this is also mentioned. If you are taking it in a smoke form also, but the way, the ingredient which you can take, and the entire thing is beautifully mentioned. Now the problem is, people have manipulated, or people have maybe people have stated a wrong interpretation of that, and then
Mm-hmm.
an overdose and excess of anything will be harmful to your body. If I take sugar in excess, if I take anything in excess, it will harm.
Yeah.
So anything which is excess, anything which you are abusing yourself, you are getting addicted, and all these things are definitely harmful. So that's why, and problem is, one rotten apple will spoil the entire basket. So in that
Yeah.
way, you can say that yes, till now we have, actually the problem here is the implementation of the regulations are a challenge. So already we are dealing with the tobacco, already we are dealing with alcohol, and now there are lobbies, and I don't want to get involved in that discussion, but the point here is, we all know that there are lobbies of each and every industry, so nobody will want that there is a risk on their industry if they are allowing any other industry. So that is the reason that hemp fabric is not, in fact hemp fabric is one of the best fabric, long lasting fabric, you can say,
Mm-hmm.
due to the lobby in cotton industry. So many people are still against that, and many people are still not promoting that. So there are so many reasons and so many dimensions to see that why a particular industry is suffering and why another industry is flourishing. But yes, as the demand will increase, as more and more, so the thing, the movement, I will say, or the initiative should be start from the ground level. The more and more
Mm-hmm.
people start accepting this, the more and more people start seeing it in a positive way rather than just labeling it a negative herb, or connecting it as a taboo. They will
Mm-hmm.
have seen many patients and many people, many grandparents got the healing, and now they are asking their grandson and granddaughter to adopt this herb in their life, and vice versa. Many young teenagers have seen the healing, and they have,
Mm-hmm.
in fact, by the way, you correctly mentioned, we have helped people in de-addiction, we have helped people in stopping their smoking, their alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
other aspects with the help of cannabis, because the anxiety, the depression, insomnia, many things are there when somebody is addict. So in de-addiction, in fact, it is working very well, and again, medically, with an optimum dose, under a medical doctor supervision, it can do wonders.